online, and you can go look them up and donate and support them, and I hope you will consider doing that. There's also a silent auction. There's a QR code out in the lobby that you can go scan tonight. There's a whole bunch of really cool prizes that are being auctioned off silently as part of this, but it's actually going to all be online. So that all is going to happen. I need to say a big thank you to a couple of people. Ben and his family are here. They own the LR Burger over here, and they fed Shawnee tonight, and a lot of other people over the year. And so we love them for that. And Steve from Amco down on Pleasant Hill. Now, I got this friend. His name's Clark Howard, and I love Clark. Yeah. And I've known Clark since I was a wee tot, when my mama put me on the wee pot and made me wee, whether I had to or not. That's bad, wasn't it? I know. That's horrible. Anyway, and Clark says that Amco over in Pleasant Hill is the absolute most honest and best place you could ever take a vehicle to get it taken care of.
Hong Kong.
True story. True story. AAMCO. Also in the lobby, there's a bar. Now, we strongly encourage drinking here. Strongly. So y'all go ahead and imbibe all you can before you leave. We give that money away every night, too. Every show we've done here for 12 years now, we give it to my family. So, yeah, that's true, too. I know it's a little funny, but it's true. So, also, I'd like to remind you, in the lobby, there's 2 restrooms. Now, they're unisex because there's only 1 toilet per room. So you queue up in front of the bar and wait your turn, or just a bunch of you go in together and figure it out. It'd be all right that way, too. There is a men's room and a ladies' room downstairs. You're welcome to go down there. At the intermission, which there will be, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to let y'all go pee-pee and get another drink. But also, we're going to do a little live auction up here of some special items, a couple of lyric sheets that Shawnee has signed, one of his old hats, and a guitar that he's signed. So we'll do that right at the start of the second set, and I hope y'all bring your wallets and come on down. And they take credit cards too, by the way, so that'd be fun. Let's see. Also, I'm tired of talking. But as you noticed, as I was talking there at the very end, these lights went down a little bit. Now, they're going to be down while the music's going on. They'll come up at intermission, then they'll go back down, then they'll come up at the end of the show. And if you will recall, some of y'all aren't as old as I am, but some of you are older. And the ones that are older, you need to recall that you climb steps getting into this room. So I want you to be aware of that. There's some yellow tape there. Make sure you be careful on the steps and use the handrails. Make sure that you don't do no tumbling exercises. That's another place, not here. So please, if you don't mind. Now, I've only known this young man on stage for about 1,000 years, it feels like. He was at Clarkston High School down around Decatur, and Amy Ray went to a little, some sort of little day where you come and they talk about what they do for their careers. And Shawnee fell in love with her and decided he wanted to come see her at the old trackside play with Emily. And he came and asked, and I'm like, he's like, 17 years old. And I'm like, Shawnee, this is a bar, man. We don't have kids in here. We're hard drinkers. Get drunk fast. This is not a place for children's. And anyway, it all worked out because he ended up coming and he ended up playing, ended up being a fine songwriter, fine storyteller, and one of my best friends in the business. And I'm very proud of that, and probably more proud of that than anything. Keep your hands together. Sound like you're about 1,000 people, please. Shawnee Mullins.
Eddie Owen. It's Friday night and I'm back again with my old guitar and my trusty grin, and the best you don't come in here sight tattooed on this heart of mine, from a dirty brown shag carpet stage, a sing my song and I pace the cage. Stuck up here in the twilight zone, staring out into the great unknown. There's an old Hank Williams figurine hanging by a guitar string from the pull chain of the Pabst Blue Ribbon sign, with a clock that stopped on 9:30. Yeah, the time ain't changed round here in years. It's the same sad stories, same old tears. There ain't nobody wants to be alone out here in the great unknown. You can find a stool there at the bar. It's designed to take you nowhere far. They got a mirror back behind the whiskey shelves, where we don't dare look back at ourselves. Yeah, just past the men's room down the hall, barely hanging there on a plaster wall, a faded sticker on the old payphone that says welcome to the great unknown. It's out beyond the yonder star. It's all up in there where you are. By some cosmic wind we're blown out into the great unknown. All right. Hopes and dreams and ash and dust, it all seems to either rot or rust. Souls wrapped up in flesh and bone, heartbeats in the great unknown. Well, it's Friday night, and I'm back again. Thank you. Hey, thanks. Thank you so much. It's so good to be back here at my favorite venue and all of this planet. And I just love Eddie so much, and yes, we do go way back. Uncle Mark Reynolds, Christian Bush and I, and possibly others that I don't recall, we helped Eddie paint Eddie's attic. That's how far we go back. And I don't think we charged him anything. We just wanted to paint that shit. We wanted to help out and just be a part of it, you know. It was a wonderful time. That was a wonderful time. To me, it was kind of that a good 8-9 years of just being in the middle of what I totally needed to be there in, you know. Anything else could have led me in another direction, you know. There was a lot of music going on at that time in Atlanta that wasn't the acoustic music scene, you know. You had the Cavern Club in Buckhead. Anybody remember that place? Woo! It was actually kind of fun, but yeah, they had a special drink there called the Goo. Yeah, so. But it was more of a hard rock venue. And then there were hip hop venues. It was all kinds of stuff. Lots of country going on, you know, around the Olympics. They had all the Miss Kitty's venues going everywhere, and Underground was all popping. Remember that? Anyway, one of the people that survives all this, and one of the only ones, is Mr. Eddie Owen after all this time, you know. And real quick, before the next song, I'll tell you why. It's interesting to me. People have always said, you know, the people that love music and that really are here for the music, they get walked on and they get taken advantage of. And that may be true, but in his case, it's made him the success that he is such a kind soul and such a community-oriented soul that he's almost, I would call him the Pete Seeger of Georgia, you know. It's like, you know, in the best sense of the way, it's like this, he brought us together for many, many years. So thank you, Eddie. This is a song I woke up with one morning. I had this song in my head, I just couldn't figure it out. I thought, man, did I fall asleep with Telemundo on? This is kind of hot. I just want to light you up, baby, like a fire. I just want to turn you on, and take you high. Everybody's got a flat screen. Everybody's gotta be seen. Everybody wanna be famous. Ain't nobody gonna blame us. Everybody wants the real deal. Everybody wants to cop a good feel. Everybody want more money. Everybody wants a taste of your honey. I just want to light you up. Light you up like a fire. I just want to turn you on and take you high. Everybody wants to pick your guitar. Everybody wanna ride in that fast car. Everybody wants a puff of your pipe dream. Everybody wanna lick your ice cream. Yeah, the preacher wanna tell you how to live right. Your mama and your daddy got you uptight. Your lover gonna go and pick another fight. I just wanna keep you up all night. I just want to light you up. Y'all know this? Light you, sing it with me. Like a fire. I just want to turn you on and take you higher. All right. Yeah, this old world can bring you down and turn that pretty smile into a frown and break your heart and make you sad and drive you stark, raving mad. I just want to light you up, all right, light you up like a fire. I just want to turn you on, turn you on and take you higher. I just want to light you up like a fire. I just want to turn you on, turn you on, and take you higher. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we're doing a live stream tonight. Want to welcome everyone watching on the interweb. And I know you can't hear them here in the live audience, but they're there. And they can hear you though, so which is nice, right? We have some audience mics here, so yeah. We're always we try to do that every time we play here. I say we, meaning like the dude abides me, we. And I actually mean me and my guitars. This is Baby over here. Baby's not going to be played tonight unless I break a string on Al here. But yeah, I love Baby. Baby's a little bit sick. She's under the weather. So we're here for each other tonight, emotional support. And I tried to get in the airport with her recently, just to kind of hang out under the seat. They didn't do it at all. I had to check it, so her. Okay, so next we have. Oh man, this is a tune I like a lot, and it's these are not doing any good at all. So I waited 2 years. This is over 2 years now. It's like, of course they're not working. They work kind of in the daytime, but if there's glare at all coming at me, forget about it, man. So this is much better. And it's like, you guys look like cardboard cutouts now. It's that move and make noise. So this one is one that was written in the mid-1960s, I believe 1965, by a wonderful songwriter, a lady named Jean Ritchie. She wrote this song on the Appalachian dulcimer, and as well as all of her songs, I think she wrote on that instrument. And her family were all coal miners, and she grew up that way, and made it out of that, and made it into writing songs, making up songs for a living. As my friend Chuck says, I make up songs for a living. Well, when I was curly-headed baby, my daddy set me down on his knee. He said, son, you go to school and you learn your letters. Don't you be no dusty miner boy like me. I was born and raised in the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal carts rolled and rumbled past my door. Oh, but now they stand in a rusty row all empty, 'cause the L&N don't stop here anymore. Well, I used to think my daddy was a black man. He had script enough to buy the whole company store. Oh, but now he goes to town with empty pockets. Lord, his face is white as February snow. I was born and raised in the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal carts rolled and rumbled past my door. And now the yelling don't stop here anymore. Never thought I'd live to learn to love the coal dust. Never thought I'd pray to hear that whistle roar. My God, I wish the grass would turn to money and them greenbacks fill my pockets up once more. I was born and raised in the mouth of the hazard highway, where the coal cars roll and rumble past my door. Oh, now they stand in a rusty row, all empty, 'cause the yelling men don't stop here anymore. Last night I dreamed I went down to the office to get my payday like I'd done before. The Mokudzu vines is growing right through the doorway. There was trees and grass growing right up through the floor. I was born and raised in the mouth of the hazard holler, where the coal carts rolled and rumbled past my door. Oh, but now they stand in a rusty row, all empty, 'cause the LNN don't stop here. I'm born and raised in the mouth of the hazard highway, where the coal carts roll and rumble past my door. Oh, but now they stand in a rusty row, all empty, 'cause the yelling and don't stop here anymore. No, the yelling and don't stop here anymore. No, the yelling and don't stop here anymore. Thank you much. Oh, too kind. Jean Ritchie. Yeah, she's cool. So I first heard that on the Johnny Cash record, and then later I heard it on a Michelle Shocked record. And a lot of people have done it, and I'm going to record it someday. I've never recorded it properly, you know, like in a studio. I think I should do that. I like that song a lot. But I remember listening to that song. We had I don't think we had Folsom Prison Blues. We had something else, or maybe Leighton grandfather had it. He had an album with that song on it, and I remember thinking that was such a cool song, and I thought Johnny Cash wrote it, you know, and he did write a lot of songs, great songs, but that one was written by a woman named Jean Ritchie, and I'm sure him recording it helped her out quite a bit. And her writing it helped him out a lot a bit, too. My sister is here tonight, and I want to thank her so much for being here. She's, yeah. And we were talking earlier about Dolly Parton and how much we love Dolly, and how Dolly isn't always, you don't always see into everything of Dolly, like you don't know the politics, for instance, so much. You don't know this, you don't know that, and it doesn't really matter. You don't really want to know, right? You're interested in the other stuff. And I don't mean all the stuff like back in the 60s and 70s. I'm not talking about the big boobs so much. What I'm talking about is the essence of who she is and all the good that she's done. And it's really something. And I remember my friend Chuck Cannon was saying he had written a song that she recorded. And he was at home one time for the holidays. This is early in his songwriting career. And he was in Myrtle Beach at his house, and his father was not happy with him being a songwriter in Nashville, just like my father wasn't happy with me trying to do it in Atlanta. So Chuck was home for the holidays, and the phone rings, and his sister says, Chuck, the phone's for you. And he says, who is it? And he says, well, she says she's Dolly Parton. And he says his dad kind of like looks over, you know, because his dad didn't believe anything was happening for Chuck. Well, Dolly gets on the phone with Chuck and says, honey, I love that song. I'm going to record it tomorrow. And Chuck's like, okay, Miss Dolly. And thank you so much for recording this song. And she goes, well, honey, it's a great song. If it wasn't a great song, I'd have written one myself. And so she goes, I'm calling, because I know it's the holidays, but I'm calling because I need you to come into the studio tomorrow and play the guitar. I love the way you played the guitar on this song. And so Chuck got to go back to Nashville, and of course, you know, his dad's eating crow the whole time. And I don't know that, I think he might have gotten her on the phone with the old man. That kind of like made it kind of lock in. But I love that story. And here's one I'll do. I haven't done in a while. Yeah, so this one takes place in a little outside of San Francisco, but in the Bay Area for sure. And many moons ago, I used to play this place called Strings. It was no one knew about it except for the people that are on the mailing list. It was truly like a speakeasy, like a folk acoustic speakeasy in San Francisco, in Berkeley area, kind of where Berkeley and Oakland come together. Pretty rough section of town. And this old hippie named Joey bought up this laundromat back in the 70s, and he put this killer sound system in there, and he lives there, and he would have these shows every Wednesday. And it'd be everything from flamenco music to singer-songwriters, bluegrass, whatever. It needed to be acoustic. That was the main thing, and he liked acoustic music. And I played there many times, and I loved Joey so much. And this was written there at his place. I think I've maybe mentioned him before here. And Joey, this was, you know, even before marijuana was legal in California. Joey was kind of old school hippie, if you know what I mean. And it was growing everywhere, this place he had. It was everywhere, inside and out. He had these strains he had going for 30 years, you know, and weird stuff. You know, I never knew about all that. I was like, wow, what is this, you know? So needless to say, I had a really good time there for a few days, and Joey and his hippie lady friend and all they'd been around forever, man. And he had built himself a hot tub out of a big wine barrel. And we'd get in there and bubble in the hot tub. And anyway, so I wrote this one while I was hanging out with Joey and all of them and missing somebody. And well, I am in motion. I am blue, and love is an ocean. I'm anchored in you. And I am a dreamer, so you sent me away. Sometimes we dreamers, we just get in the way. But I've always known, since I was a child, that the road is my home, and my spirit is wild. Said I'm stoned in San Francisco, but mama, you on my mind. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I hope everyone's doing well at the live stream, watching in. All donations, everything tonight that you may or may wish to tip goes toward this cause, of course. I'm speaking to anyone who wants to donate anything. So it'll all be going to the doggies and the rescue, and typically it's for medical stuff, right? And honestly, from my experience, a little goes a little ways. And so just do what you can. And I know you all have already gotten here. Do what you can, because we're trying to raise some money for a really good cause. And I guess I've always had rescue dogs, and I've always loved them. And let's see here what we got. Anybody got a time? I've lost my track of time, which is okay. It's always fun when I do that. 8:35. All right. It's all good. What we're going to do anyway is we're going to do 2 sets tonight, so I'll do a couple more tunes here and then let you guys take a little break. Look at the silent auction stuff that are not silent, but the things we're going to do in the middle. You've already done that probably, but check it out. And the guitar is not a bad guitar at all. What you'll need to do if you play a guitar and you pick that one up, it's not in tune right now. And I thought about tuning it, but the strings have been on there so long that I thought it was going to break the strings off. So then I was like, I'm just not going to try to tune it. So if you play guitar and you get up there, you're going to go bang, bang, bang. But just know that's actually really cool. Okay. All right. Well, it's wintertime in Nashville down on Music City Road. And I was looking for a place get myself out of the cold, to warm the frozen feeling that was eating at my soul, keep the chilly wind off my guitar. You see, my thirsty wanted whiskey, my hungry needed beans, but it'd been a month of paydays since I'd heard that eagle scream. So with a stomach full of empty and a pocket full of dreams, I left my pride and stepped inside a bar. Actually, I guess you'd call it a tavern. Cigarette smoke to the ceiling, sawdust on the floor. Friendly shadows. I saw that there was just one old man sitting at the bar. And in the mirror, I could see him checking me and my guitar. He turned and said, "Come up here, boy, show us what you are." I said, "I'm dry," and bought me a beer. He nodded at my guitar and he said, "It's a tough life, ain't it?" I just looked at him. He said, "You ain't making any money, are you?" I said, "You've been reading my mail." He just smiled. He said, "Let me see that guitar, son. I got something you ought to hear." And then he laid it on me. If you waste your time talking to the people who don't listen to the things that you are saying, who do you think's gonna hear? And if you should die explaining how the things that they complain about are things that could be changing, who do you think's gonna care? There were other lonely singers in a world turned deaf and blind, who were crucified for what they tried to show. And their voices have been scattered by the swirling winds of time, 'cause the truth remains and no one wants to know. Well, the old man was a stranger, but I'd heard his song before. Back when failure had me locked out on the wrong side of the door. Back when no one stood behind me but my shadow on the floor. Lonesome was more than a state of mind. You see, the devil haunts a hungry man. If you don't want to join him, you gotta beat him. I ain't saying I beat the devil, but I drank his beer for nothing. And then I stole his song. And you still can hear me singing to the people who don't listen to the things that I'm saying, praying someone's gonna hear. And I guess I'll die explaining how the things that they complain about are things that could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care. I was born a lonely singer, and I'm bound to die the same, but I've gotta feed the hunger in my soul. And if I never have a nickel, I won't ever die ashamed, 'cause I don't believe that no one wants to know. No Chris song. Christopherson, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna do one more here for you in this set, and I got a whole nother set. I haven't done this one in a little while. sharing with us what he knows. His shining eyes are big and blue, and all around him water flows. This world to him is new. This world to him is new. To touch a face, to kiss a smile, new eyes see no race. The essence of a child, the essence. He's born to shine. He's born to radiate. He's born to live. He's born to love. Let's don't teach him how to hate. True love, it is a rock, smooth over my stream. There's no ticking on the clock that truly measures what that means. Truly measures what that means. And this thing we call time. I heard a brilliant woman sing. She said, you know, it's crazy how I want to try and capture mine. I think I love this woman's way. I think I love this woman. Way she shimmers, the way she shines, the way she radiates, the way she lives, the way she loves, the way she never hates. Sometimes I think of all this surrounding me, and though it all is being mine, yes I do. But she kisses me, she wraps herself around me. She gives me love, she gives me the time. Yeah, I feel fine. Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel fine. The time I cannot change. So here's to looking back, way back. You know, I drink a whole bottle of my pride and I toast to change to keep these demons off my back. Just get these demons off my back. 'Cause I wanna shimmer, I wanna shine, I want to radiate, I want to live, oh I wanna love, I wanna try and learn how not to wait, and not to hate. We're born to shine, we're born to shine, we're born to radiate, we're born to believe, we're born to love,
Be right back in a few. And the living is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. You'll spread your wings, you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mammy standing by. Cotton is so high. Whoa, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, baby, now don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Oh, you'll spread your wings, yeah, you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. Oh, if Daddy and Mommy stay
everybody. Welcome back. You folks in the lobby, y'all need to come on in. Thank you again so much for being here. And I totally screwed up at the beginning of the show. It didn't say hello to the folks watching on the live stream. Thank you all so much, because that's very important, and you're making tips there, and we really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my just being dumb and old. But anyway. All right, so here's the deal. I want to introduce you to Rena, who is from the organization, and she's going to tell you just a little bit, and then we're going to get on with this auction, and then we're going to have some more songs by SHAWN. So, Rena. That's you.
That's me. Is it working? Yes, thank God I didn't have to use that. Oh, how I wish you all looked like cardboard cutouts. I just have a few words. My name is Rena Varagona. I'm with Hero Dog Rescue, and we want to thank you all for coming tonight. We appreciate you. Hero Dog Rescue is a small but mighty rescue. We work really hard. We look after dogs that have run out of time and hope, and we take them to our homes, we give them medical care, and we love on them until we can get them their own homes. So I would like to ask for, I know we have a lot of volunteers here in the audience tonight, if they would please stand so we can all thank them. Come on, volunteers. All right. Thank you. All right, our volunteers wear many hats, and we do everything from work with vet clinics. We have a TV outreach, actually, Fox 5 Atlanta, if you guys saw, we were on there today. Yeah. We screen applications, we meet with potential adopters. It's a lot of work, so we appreciate all our fosters and our volunteers. Our volunteers are the front lines, but as Sean and Eddie said, medical expenses have gone out the roof, so events like this really make a difference for us. And we want to thank a few people. Number one, we want to thank Shawn Mullins. Shawn started out as an adopter. He adopted from me twice. So, and then he was kind enough to offer to do this event for us, and we really, really appreciate it. And I'm pleased to say that I can call you my friend. Absolutely. We also want to thank Eddie Owen and his great team. He's got light people, sound people, all the people at the bar and the door. We appreciate all of those folks. Oh my God, my notes went away. Whoops. Finally, I want to thank our friends at Amico of Duluth.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see if we can all do it together. Double A. There you go. All right. All right. Now, a lot of you are not first-timers at our events here at Eddie Owen Presents, and you're used to seeing a crazy melee out in the lobby with a lot of different things for auction. This year we're doing it a little differently. We're online. We want to make sure that you all visit our table out there, and we've got a QR code that you can reach our online auction. So please do that. That auction will be running for 2 weeks. It will end on August 8th. And there are a lot of great items and experiences for you to take a look at. So please check that out for us. Let's see. Please also, if you have a chance, I know Eddie's jonesing to get the mic away from me, but I've got it now. Let's see, we want to make sure you're following us on our socials so that you can see things about our upcoming events and fundraising. And Also, we wouldn't be a rescue if we didn't ask you to help if you can. Like I said, rescue is, it can be a lot of work, but it is also very rewarding. And we would love to have you as part of our team. Bring your talents. You don't have to foster dogs to volunteer. We know that that's a big commitment. It is a great one, but any sort of volunteer work, we would love to have you join our team. All right, so that brings me to the end. So I would ask you to loosen up your purse strings, because here comes Eddie.
Okay, thank you, Hero Dog Rescue. Okay, so the first thing we're going to auction comes from 1995, and it is the handwritten lyrics and signed by Shawnee of Shimmer. All right, so here we go, and we're going to start at $300. And we're going to do this fast, y'all. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time, so get your wallet out, be ready. Reno will be right down here to take your money, your credit card, but who's going to give me $300 for Shimmer? I got it right here. Right over there, $300, $325, $325, $350. Let's go to $350 back there, $375, $375, $375, $375 over here, $400, $400. $400 for Shimmer, $400 for Shimmer going once, $400 for Shimmer, $420, $400 right there, $425, $425. Who's got $425 over here? $450, $450 going once. $450 going twice. $450 right there. Okay, $475, $475. For Shimmer, $19.95. $475 right here. $500. Who got $500? Come on, there we go, right there, $500. All right, let's just jump to $550. $550, $550, $550. $550 right over there, $550. Okay, $600. $600. I love it. $650. $650. $650. We got $600 right here. $650 going once. $650. $700. $700. $700. We got $650 over there. $650 going once. $650 going twice. Somebody ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. $650. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right. We got this hat right here. This hat has been all over the world. And this hat is special. You know why? Because it's on my head.
That's right. That's right.
This hat is one of Shawnee's original little toupee things that he wore up there, covering up as he got a wee bit older.
He's right.
It's okay.
I've gotten to the point now I don't give a damn.
Look at my hair. I got no hair.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
There you go. Okay, so we're going to let Shawnee's hat go for $100. Who's going to give me $100 for Shawnee's hat? Right back there, $100.
And I'll make a little note to you and all that.
Yeah, give me $150. $150 for Shawnee's buck. All right back there. They got 3 of them, so $200. Let's just $200 right back there. We got $200 for Shawnee's hat. $200. How about $250? Anybody want $250 for this beautiful hat? Beautiful fedora, toupee. $250 right over there. Okay, $300. $300 for Shawnee's hat right back there. Good. $350. $350. Who's got $350 for the hat? We got $300, $300, $300 going. $350 right over there. Okay. $350 right there. Who's got $400? $400 right over there. $400. There we go. $450. $450. Anybody want to go $450 for this beautiful hat? All right. We got $400 going once. We got $400 going twice. We got $400 sold. Thank y'all so much. His name is SHAWN McFall. I happen to know that. $400, ma'am, for that wonderful hat. Okay, now we've got the signed lyrics from Lullaby. This is 1997. 1997. We're going to start at $400. It was a #1 hit. So we got to start at $400 for that. $400 right over there. $400, $400, $450. Who wants to go $450 for Lullaby? Right back there, $450. $500, $500 for Lullaby right here. 550. I need 550. 550 for lullaby over there. 600. 600 for lullaby. Signed lyric sheet. 600. We got 550 over here. 600 back here. 650. Anybody want to go 650 right over there? All right, 700. Anybody want to go 700 for lullaby? 700. We got 650 over here. Anybody go 700? Okay, 650 going once. Oh, we got 700 right here. All right, 750. Anybody got 750? 750 right over there. All right, 800. 800. Anybody got 800? 800 right here. All right, this is great. 850. 850 over there. All right, 900. 900. 950. 950. 1,000. 1K. $1,000. We got 950. 950 right back here. 950 going once. And his wife's looking at him and said, "You better not bid $1,000." 950 going twice. Sold for 950. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone. That's so nice.
Okay, the last item is this autographed Shawnee guitar. And we're going to start this at $400. $400 right there for the Shawnee guitar. $450. Who's got $450? Right back there. Who's got $500? $500. $500 for the guitar. $500. We got $450 back there on the right. $450. $450. $500 right here. Okay, we got $500. $550. $550 back there, same place. Okay, $550, $550. We need $600, $600 right here, $600 right here. All right, $650. Who's got $650 back there? $700. Anybody want to go $700 for the guitar? We got $650, $650, $650. Going one time, $700 right here. Okay, $700 going, going, going. $700. How about $750? $750 back there. And you said 752. We got two at 750. Will one of you go 800? 800 right here. Okay, 800, 800. We need 850. 850 for the guitar. 850, 850. We got 800. We need 850, 800 going once. 850 right here. Thank you, sir. All right, 900. $900 for the signed guitar. 900 right here. 900. We got 900. 950. 950, 950 back in the corner, back there where we started. 950, $1,000 for the Shawnee guitar. $1,000 right here in the front. $1,000. Okay, we got 1,000. We're going to 1,100. $1,100 for the Shawnee guitar. 1,100. 1,100. We've got 1,000. 1,100. Anybody? All right, 1,000 going once. 1,000 going twice. Oh, 1,100. Son, my voice is about to give out. Y'all got to raise your hands faster. All right, we got 1,100 for the Shawnee guitar. 1,100. Anybody want to go 12? $1,200 for the Shawnee guitar. Here we go. Here we go. 12, 12, 12. All right, we got 1,100 going once. We got 1,100 going twice. Sold for $1,100. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome, y'all. You guys rock. Thank you so, so much. Shawnee Mullins.
He was from a small town in northern Mississippi. She was raised on the Puget Sound, the third generation hippie. The fate would take them to LA County and get them stuck in a traffic jam. an El Camino and a red Trans Am. Well, her stereo was blaring Bob Dylan, the bootleg session. And other times they ought to change, made a pretty good impression. And she looked over and caught him smiling under a California setting sun. They fell in love on the 101 now. California, California dreams come true. Well, they got in with that in crowd. They got off on a rock and roll. When the cocaine's free and the music's loud, backstage at the Hollywood Bowl, they got the house in Topanga Canyon. They partied at the Viper Room, blending in to the neon gloom. Oh, yeah. California, all right. California, California dreams come true, yes they do. California, California, California dream. Well, you see them down on the Sunset Strip, just trying so hard to be so hip. Manhattan Beach to Malibu, you know it's all about the ocean view. And who you know in Hollywood is cutthroat, baby, it's understood. Champagne, Kool-Aid, drink it down. You're the toast of Tinseltown. California, California, California dreams come true. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. California, California, California dreams come true. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you so much. And thank you so very much to those of you who did this thing with the auction. That was really special. Thank you very much. It means a lot. And it'll go a long way. Thank you. Oh yeah, here's one. I like doing this one. Now I put it on a record many years ago, and that was one of the first times I found out that you had to not only credit someone if you did their song on a record, but you also have to pay them. And I didn't find that out the hard way. I looked it up, And luckily back in 1994, 95, I think when I was recording this, I was only going to manufacture. I was only going to have like 1,000 or maybe 2,000 manufactured. So that's all I had to worry about. So you have to pay. I think it was like just a few pennies per manufacturing. So like if I ordered 2,000 CDs, it was 2 pennies per if you cover a song. Does that make sense? So if you cover someone's song, you pay them a few pennies. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't a lot, and I could handle it. And so I did this one because I love James McMurtry so much, and this is an old one of his. And it was off of his second album, actually, called Candyland. Candyland, that song itself is incredible. It's a song about the suburbs, and he's got lines in it that'll just blow your mind, you know, like a gray squirrel running down the telephone wire, and kids around the poolside screaming like cats on fire. Cats on fire chasing after the ice cream van. That circus music's got to be hell on the ice cream man. He clips his roach and he hauls his load, taking his half out of the middle of the road in the Candyland. Isn't that great? Yeah, he wrote that when he was about 25 years old, you know. Just a badass songwriter. So this is another one of his I love very much, James McMurtry. This is called Where's Johnny? Young Johnny, he really had a way. He did his homework on the school bus and always got an A. And the girls liked Johnny more than anyone, except maybe Elton John. Later on in high school, he couldn't keep his red suspenders on. He had a room full of trophies from the track meets and the tennis games he'd win. He was a full-blown whiz kid. He is bound to be a Renaissance man. And then it went on off to college. He got his head stuck in a different state of mind. And when they asked him, was it alcohol, he told them it was nothing of the kind. It's just life. It's just life, Mom. Oh, where's Johnny? Has he gone away? Oh, where's Johnny? Will he be back someday? Well, Johnny's all right. He just turned out his lights. They'd have paid him no mind had he not been so bright. He opened up his eyes, then he snapped out in a groove, and he saw both sides of everything, and he found he couldn't move. Johnny moved back home, now he reads a lot of poetry and plays. And he'll sit out in the backyard and not say a word to anyone for days. Well, and his folks gave up. They no longer even bother getting through. He's 30-odd years old. Must have figured there's just so much you can do. Oh, so much. Ooh. His mother keeps his pictures in the scrapbook in the drawer with her pearls. And she polishes the trophies that he won back when they thought he'd saved the world. Back when the girls liked Johnny more than anyone, said maybe Elton John. She wonders where's her little boy with the braces and the red suspenders gone. Just life, Mom. Just life. McMurtry for you. He's so good. I love him. Whenever I get a chance to, sometimes we'll do a festival or something like that together, and I always like to go up to him because it's like going up to it's kind of like going up to, it's like being in the movie Good, Bad, and the Ugly and walking up to Clint Eastwood. That's really what it's like. When you walk up to McMurtry, he's just kind of like that. Except he's not, I don't think he's packing heat. But he's just got this kind of, a little bit of a scowl, you know, like kind of like a little, the lips up a little bit, and there's a little bit of teeth, like this. And I walk up to him, hey, James, Sean. It's that kind of thing, man. It's like kind of mysterious, you know. But I really like him a lot, and he's really one of the finest songwriters alive. He's really something. And there's a great story, a promoter, I was up playing not too long ago up in the Midwest, and I ran into a promoter friend of mine, and he said, you know, James has really changed a lot the way he likes to do his shows. He doesn't like to do sitting shows anymore. He wants people to be up, moving, because he always has his band typically, right? I think a lot of times. The Heartless Bastards. And they're a wonderful band, and they do kick ass, and it makes you want to boogie. And so, yeah, his whole thing is like, literally, this is what he says: I don't like it when they sit. I don't like it when they sit. And he like, sit. And it's great, man. Well, my name's Billy Joe McKay. I just turned 16 yesterday. I'm gonna get the nerve one day to get out of here. My ma passed on 3 years ago and said it was cancer. Took her slow. Ever since then I've been saying no to my daddy and my tears. So if you come down our road, you gotta watch the bump. Right there across from the garbage dump. You can find me out back jumping on trampoline. In the springtime we'll be skipping school. We'll sneak off to the Cantrell swimming pool. Man, you can't get much cooler than me and my friend Arlene. My granddaddy's hands are worn from 50 years of growing cotton and corn. Back behind the house where I was born, before he had to sell. My cousin Eddie, he got shot in a Super Walmart parking lot. Man, this little town's changed a lot. City hurt like hell. Hurt like My name's Billy Joe McKee. It's a hot Mississippi summer Saturday. Daddy's on the front porch with Uncle Dave, drinking Dixie beer. 16 years of being bored, man, that window's open. Forget the door. I hope there's some gas in the old man's Ford, 'cause I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, I'm out of here. Finally out of go to Biloxi, maybe to New Orleans, maybe to Atlanta. Thank you. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. On the way up here, I have some favorites that I always go to when I'm driving. It's typically music that I don't know how to play myself. That's typically what it is. And it'll be something that's so different than what I do that I'm not even really trying to figure it out. I'm just enjoying it. It's really special to me. I've learned that over the years to not listen to other singer-songwriters at all, ever. I'm just kidding. Of course I listen to them, but not when I'm driving, and because it makes me angry sometimes, and I don't like what they're doing, and it'll make me swerve. No, I'm just kidding. But typically I'm going to listen to bossa nova. That's what I like to drive to now, is bossa nova, like mid-60s, Brazilian pop music, basically. That's what they were listening to in Brazil in the mid-60s, and I just love it, man. It makes me feel good. And then there's this other band called Messer Chups. Y'all know them from Russia? They're not allowed over here right now. But they're a badass band, I'm telling you. they're this kick-ass band, man. It's like a trio, and it's kind of, I guess you could call it zombie surf rock. And that's what it really is, zombie surf rock. Very vampire themed, but it's badass. And the guitar, check it out on YouTube, Messer Chups. Terrible band name, but great band, really. I'm just messing around. It probably means something, you know? I don't know. This is one that I been asked a lot if it's a true story, and it is. It really did happen. And it really did happen in Twin Rocks, Oregon. And the man that I met looked just like a writer that I'd seen pictures of that I love very much, his writing, named Richard Brodigan. He was the last of the beat poets, they called him, because he passed in the 80s, I believe, and he wrote up into that point, but always in that kind of beat way. Had his own thing, like very sardonic, funny and sad, all rolled into one. But I always loved the way the guy looked. He had this look about him, and he always had fish hooks in his hat because he loved trout fishing. So he'd have flies in his hat and things like that. So anyway, this guy looked so much like him, it blew my mind. He had the handlebar mustache, the whole thing. I met him on the cliffs of Twin Rocks, Oregon. He was sitting on his bedroll looking just like Richard Brodigan. And I thought he was an old man. Well, I'm 37. He said he'd been riding trains for 15 years and drawing portraits to keep his belly full of beers. And it looked to me like he died and missed the plane to heaven. But he's a nice old guy for a younger man. He had a bottle of Mad Dog he held tightly in his hand. And he waved it around a lot trying to make his point. And I listened as he told his tales of wine and women and county jails. We finished off that bottle, smoked to have a joint. He said, I came here to watch the sun disappear into the ocean. It's been years since I smelled the salty sea. He turned his bottle up and down. I saw him lost and I saw him found. And he said, I don't know what I've been looking for. Maybe me. Well, I told him I too had been traveling around, just living out of my van from town to town to town. Playing for tips and whatever records and cassette tapes I could move. I said, I don't reckon I'll be making it big, man. It's hard to get rich off a tour of coffee house gigs. He said, yeah, man, but ain't it a blessing to do what you wanna do? Hey, I told him, yes, I pulled out here to watch the sun disappear into the ocean. It's been years since I've smelled the salty sea. We turned another bottle up and down. He saw me lost and he saw me found. And I said, I don't know what I've been looking for. Maybe me. Maybe me. I said, it's getting kind of late. I better be heading down this interstate. Can I give you a lift? I'm headed to San Francisco Bay. And he said, no. I think I'm gonna sit right here and rest. Maybe wait on the Tokyo, Montana Express. I might just lay here and dream my life. Watch the sun disappear into the ocean. It's been years, my Lord. It's been years. I'm gonna turn my bottle up and down. You can see me, Lord. You can see me found. Well, I met him on the cliffs of Twin Rocks, Oregon. He was sitting on that bedroll looking just like Richard Brodigan. Just like him. Thanks for that. So the Tokyo Montana Express is a book that Richard Brodigan wrote, just so you know. He went back and forth a lot of times between Japan and Montana. Married a Japanese lady, and in the later years of his life, from what I know, he would travel back and forth there, and so he ended up writing a book, The Tokyo Montana Express. I'm going to utilize this this thing that's going on with my voice right now, and sometimes it happens after I've been like really pushing up high. And I'll do this because it'll be kind of different. We'll see how it goes. There's a factory standing empty where we built your Chevrolet, and we sent our kids to college on a 40-hour wage. But now the windows all are broken. There's graffiti on the walls, and the kids came home from college, took a job down at the mall, and the winter is getting longer, and this town is frozen now, and I can't remember summer. It feels like spring may never come. There's a half-full whiskey bottle on the table by my bed. There's a hollow in the pillow where she used to lay her head, and all the dreams and all the memories, faded pictures in crooked frames, hang in silence down this old hallway in the chill of what remains. Now the winter is getting longer, and my heart is frozen now, and I can't remember summer. Feels like spring may never come. Shades of hopeless on the faces of the souls who stand in line, and holy Jesus hangs on crosses, and I hear Mother Mary crying, hallelujah, hallelujah. And soon it all will disappear, buried under the snows of winter, just like we all were never here. There's a factory standing empty where we built your Chevrolet. Thanks. I tried something different. I don't know really if it worked, but I tried something different. It's sometimes I'll try the lower range and it does work. Sometimes it doesn't. But I really love that song a lot. And it's set in Michigan, and I tucked some of my own experience, my own family experience into it, kind of mixed in there. That's how it works with songwriting, and that's how you get therapy out of it, I guess. And all right, let's see. After that one, I think we need a little comedy. All right, let's see here. Anybody shop at Costco? Woohoo, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, Costco. How about Sam's Club? That's my club. That's yeah, you Sam's Club. Okay, I got you. So not as much Sam's Club. Costco more available in the area, is that what it is? Because we don't got none of them in town where I live. Not really. Closest one is the Sam's Club over on Claremont. And so I go to the Kroger. I go to the Murder Kroger on Ponce. It's still called that. They do, that's right. Well, you can read it in the papers, watch it on the news. Everybody's got the pre-apocalyptic blues. You better be ready when the shit goes down. Well, you better head on down to Costco, get you a buggy full of rice and beans. Year's supply of 2-ply for your composting latrine, so you be ready when the shit goes down. No, don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, or you'll all be running scared. There ain't no second chances for the bravery impaired. 'Cause you know there's a couple of commies hiding underneath your bed, and the zombie's gonna eat up all the brains in your head. I got a Rambo knife with a compass on it and a ballistic bug-out bag. You know I got an AK-47, about 100 extra mags. I'm gonna be ready when the shit goes down. Well, now I says, and I've got about the billion dreads I need. You say you ain't worried. I say, Huggy, please, you better be ready. Oh, when the shit goes down. By my jacuzzi, there's a Uzi and an RPG. Got a Stinger missile mounted on my wife's SUV. They won't get to me no matter who they are. I got landmines buried all over my yard. 'Cause I read it in the papers, y'all. I watched it on the news. Now I got the cryptic pre-apocalyptic blues. I'm gonna be ready supposed to be like that, a bad note. When the shit goes down. All right. Me and Panda wrote that one together. Me and Panda wrote that together. Okay. Counting the times I've given up on you, but you make such a beautiful wreck, you do. Yeah, there's a tavern on the corner called the Milky Way, and you look so at home there, it makes me afraid. And at the darkening of this bar, what a beautiful wreck you are. When you go too far, a beautiful wreck you are, baby. Now all the plans that you had from 7 years ago, like all the promises you made, I watched them come and go. You put your keys in the car, but it would not drive. With your hands on the wheel, looking barely alive. Yeah. Hey! Oh, I'm still sitting here waiting on the passenger side. You to make up your mind. For you to make up your mind. At the dark end of this bar, what a beautiful wreck you are. When you go too far, beautiful wreck you are. What a beautiful, such a beautiful wreck you are. What a beautiful, such a beautiful wreck. All right. I lost count of times I've given up on you, but you make such a beautiful wreck, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you make such a beautiful wreck, you do. You make such a beautiful wreck, you do. At the dark end of this bar, what a beautiful wreck you are, baby. When you go too far, beautiful wreck you are. What a beautiful, such a beautiful wreck you are. What a beautiful, such a beautiful. Hey, oh, I'm gonna call that an encore. Yeah, you know. Thank you so much. I'll see if I can do I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try doing this. It's not really advised, but I'm gonna do it. And my doctor said, do not do that. But no, it's a tuning issue. And so what I like to do is this guitar over here is, like I said, she's taking the night off, but she's there to look good for now and in case I need her. But I think this one's the one for this last song, and I want to show you a little bit of how to tune it in case you're a guitar player out there. Okay, it's easy, and it's a really stupid thing to do with the guitar. It's what I did with this, and I was trying to make my guitar sound like a dulcimer because I was listening to Joni Mitchell records, and yeah, and I was in Joshua Tree in the desert, and I pulled over, and I was like, I got to make my guitar sound like that. So I started messing with the tuning, and can y'all hear it? So I'm listening to Joni Mitchell in the van in my 1990 Aerostar XL van, and I had a bed in there and everything. That simple. There's not a lot to do. You have to take the low E and tune it all the way up to G, and it really doesn't like that. And then you take the A string and tune it down one step to G, so you get 2 Gs, like a dulcimer. That's what I thought. It doesn't sound anything like a dulcimer, but that's the tuning. So you get G, G, D, you leave alone. If you're a guitar player, you know that. The D string's left alone, the G string's left alone, and then the B string's left alone, and then your E, you just bring down to D. Very easy to play with this, which is important for me because I don't play a lot of chords. I don't know that many. So, you can do a lot with just 2 fingers and things with this tuning. And I really loved that. So while I was pulled off on the side of the road, I was going, man, I love those harmonics too. And I started fooling around with this little lick. So I put my guitar back in its case and I was headed toward LA. And I had a show that night at this place that was a Chinese restaurant, and it's also a music venue, and it's called Genghis Cohen. Genghis Cohen is a famous place out there, and I always played there because you didn't have to pay to play. And they would actually pass a basket around and people would tip you, you know. I was like, well, that's cool, and they would feed you, more importantly. So this is all through the mid-90s, and this is all my probably 4th time playing at Genghis. I've got that guitar part now that's happened the day before, I believe. Colorado had been just before that, where I'd seen Ani DeFranco, and she totally made me want to quit. She did. I almost quit. I was like, okay, I'll never be able to that. I'll never be that good. I'll never be that good. And I still think that. Right? She's unbelievable. But it's all perspective. But she drove me, and others did too, to want to be good. And so I show up to that show in Genghis Cohen, and I sell it out, which is 30 people, but it's like, they've got a little room with church pews in it, you know, and it's kind of cool though. It sounds really weird, I know, but it's actually very cool. And because you never know who's going to show up at Genghis and play. And when they don't have booked shows, you know, like Joni Mitchell used to show up there, or Ricky Lee Jones, or Jackson Brown, different people. So I had played there about 3 times before. This is my 4th time, and I finally got through with the show, and I was about to sit down and have some Chinese food, and a woman about my age came up and said, "I love your stories, and you're a storyteller." And I said, "Yeah, I guess that's what I do." And she said, "Well, I've got a story for you." And I said, "Well, sit down and have some Chinese food with me." So we sat down over some Chinese, and she just blew my mind for the next couple of hours about growing up in Hollywood back in the 70s and 80s. So I'll play it for you now. I journaled that night. I never really edited the song, the lyrics of the song. It was given to me. And it was given to me, not only her story, but I added to it. And I'm not a religious person, but I will feel it's one of the closest things that I feel like it's a gift from God, whatever, the aliens, I don't know. It was like one of those things that goes, "Here you go, this will help. This might help you along." So a year later, I'm at the Grammys, you know. I'm getting my butt kicked by Eric Clapton. Pretty cool. All right, so I'll leave y'all with this, and thank you again for all that you did tonight. She grew up with the children of the stars, in the Hollywood Hills and the Boulevard. Her parents threw big parties, you know everyone was there. They hung out with folks like Dennis Hopper, Bob Seger, Sonny and Cher. She feels safe now in this bar on Fairfax. And from the stage I can tell that she can't let go and she can't relax. And just before she hangs her head to cry, I sing her a lullaby. I sing everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, and everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. I remember when this song was kind of at its peak. I was sitting in a hotel room on the road, and I was watching TV, and I was watching Conan O'Brien, and it was just at that moment when he's about to come out for his monologue, and as he got closer and closer to the camera, he went, "Everything's gone," and he was holding his head like that. And I got to thinking, man, I think my song's getting played too much. I remember calling the lady from Columbia Records saying, "Do you think you could get the song played less? Because I feel like it's too much." She said, "No, we don't do it that way." She still lives with her mom outside the city. Down that street about a half a mile. all her friends tell her that she's so pretty. She'd be a whole lot prettier, you know, if she'd smile once in a while. But you know, even her smile, it looks just like a frown. She's seen her share of devils in this angel town, and everything gonna be alright. Rockabye, oh rockabye, and everything gonna be alright. Why don't you rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. Told her, I said, I ain't so sure about this place. Hard to play a gig in La La Land and keep a straight face. It seems like everybody's got a plan. They better, man. It's kind of like Nashville with a tan. Y'all sing it. Rockabye, rockabye. Come on now. Everything's gonna be alright. Don't you rockabye, rockabye, yeah. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Won't you rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. Say bye-bye, baby. Say bye, yeah. Thank y'all.